A seemingly innocuous goal celebration performed by both Granit Xhaka and Xherdan Shaqiri has thinly veiled, politically charged undertones, and could potentially land the pair in FIFA disciplinary proceedings following Switzerland's 2-1 win over Serbia. Both displayed a bird hand signal as they celebrated scoring goals, and considering their pre-match comments, post-match social media posts, and ethnic backgrounds, those were clearly meant to represent the double eagle symbol in the middle of the Albanian flag. This is a complicated political scenario, but it could be considered by FIFA to be politically provocative. Shaqiri is Albanian, born in Kosovo before moving to Switzerland with his parents and 3 siblings when he was just a year old. Kosovo declared its independence from Serbia in 2008 and is not recognized as a sovereign nation by Serbia. Xhaka is of Albanian descent, and his father previously participated in a demonstration against the communist Yugoslavian rule in Kosovo that landed him a lengthy jail sentence. Albania and Serbia have a particularly tumultuous relationship, with their leaders meeting for the first time in over 60 years in 2014, which caused tempers to flare. Following the match, Xhaka posted a picture of his celebration on his Instagram story, with the caption in Albanian roughly translated to, "Here you go Serbia, this is why they call me Granit Kosovo." He deleted the post, and replaced it with an image of his celebration side by side with Shaqiri's, with the slightly more cryptic caption, "We did it, bro," in English. FIFA is wildly against any type of political demonstration or involvement in the world of soccer. The governing body has punished individual nation federations in the past for government involvement, while political demonstrations on the field are fiercely frowned upon. Switzerland captain and new Arsenal signing Stefan Lichtsteiner came to the defense of his 2 teammates after the match. When asked about the celebrations, he said to Goal.com, "We had a lot of pressure, it was not an easy game for us. We have a lot of Albanians, so there is a lot of history between Serbia and Albania. It was a very tough game for them mentally. It was good. Why not? This is the history for them." Lichtsteiner continued. "The war between them was so difficult. I spoke to the father of one of our players who is Albanian, and he told me about this history. This is more than football. This is more than football because they have this period, this war that gave them both big problems. I understand them. I think it's normal, it's part of their life. There was also big provocation ahead of the game from them, Serbia, so I think it's normal." Shaqiri could be in especially hot water. The Stoke City midfielder wore boots with the flags of Switzerland and Kosovo. He has made it clear in the past that he values his roots, saying, "I was born in Kosovo, but I grew up in Switzerland. I live both mentalities, it's not a big difference." Switzerland finishes its World Cup group stage round with a match against Costa Rica on Wednesday in which a win would secure a spot in the knockout stage. Follow at _bonfire. Let's get this out of the way first. VAR, video assistant refereeing, has been a fabulous addition to the game of soccer. In the 2018 World Cup, the availability of replay has done nothing but improve the ability of referees to correctly officiate the game, providing an outlet for mistakes to be corrected. Earlier on Friday, a referee gave a penalty to Brazil for a foul on Neymar, but with VAR applied correctly, the penalty was wiped off after it was determined Neymar went down easily. The game continued as it should, and a clear and obvious error was erased. Unfortunately, despite the clear improvement to the game VAR provides, there's still some work to be done in one very specific area of the game. More, recap of Serbia 1-2 Switzerland. On multiple occasions this World Cup, referees have missed wrestling matches in the penalty area, allowing defenders to essentially get away with murder instead of awarding attackers a deserved penalty. The worst example of this yet took place in the 66th minute of the 2-1 Switzerland win over Serbia in Kaliningrad. Aleksandar Mitrovic, already with a goal to his name early in the match, went up to meet a set-piece delivery with his head. He was fully bear-hugged by Switzerland captain Steven Lichtsteiner, and while being wrapped up, was then rugby tackled by Swiss central defender Fabian Schär. Yet somehow, Mitrovic was called for the foul, as the referee whistled him for ending up over the back of his defender on a genuine attempt to play the ball. With every replay shown, it became more and more evident that not only should a penalty have been awarded, but the referee missed a clear and obvious call. Yet the match referee, German Felix Britsch, was given no assistance from the VAR booth, left on an island after blowing the call. There have been so many instances of this throughout the tournament, despite a public directive reportedly given by FIFA to referees asking them to crack down on physical play in the box, according to Fox Rules analyst Drive. Joe Macknick. England striker Harry Kane was wrestled to the ground numerous times against Tunisia with no call, while many Egypt fans felt hard done by after Mohamed Salah was bullied in the box repeatedly against Russia. The more defenders can get away with wild defending set pieces in front of net, the more the game will be muddied by controversy, clouding an otherwise glittering debut for VAR on the international stage. That's frustrating. Follow @the_bonfire. One of the most exciting games of the 2018 World Cup proved entertaining from start to finish, ended by a stunning breakaway goal by Xherdan Shaqiri that capped a 2-1 Switzerland comeback victory over Serbia. The start of the game was all Serbia, with Newcastle striker Aleksandar Mitrovic the most dangerous option up front, and he delivered on that promise just 5 minutes in. After a pair of chances just kept out by Jan Sommer, Mitrovic powered in a header off a Dusan Tadic cross to put Serbia in front early on. More, latest 2018 World Cup news, the goal confirmed yet another game without a 0-0 draw, 26 in a row to start the tournament, marking the World Cup record set back in 1954 when every single game in the Switzerland event featured a goal. Click here for live and on-demand coverage of the World Cup online and via the NBC Sports app. After the goal, the game exploded, with Serbia looking to double its lead and Switzerland hoping to gain a grip on the match. Without a second coming, Switzerland began to build promisingly, and had its first chance right on the half-hour mark as Steven Zuber threw ball sprung Bluriem Jamili, but his sliding effort was saved brilliantly by Vladimir Stojkovic at the last second. They had a second chance minutes later, but for some reason Xherdan Shaqiri decided for one too many crosses rather than taking the open shot himself. Serbia didn't just look to see out the first half, though, as the star of the first half Dusan Tadic nearly gave his team another lift. First, he delivered a fabulous corner that stunningly skipped through the box untouched. Then, just before the break, Tadic came agonizingly close to what would have been a fabulous half-volley strike that flew viciously wide. Live World Cup scores. After the break, the back-and-forth action continued, and Granit Xhaka struck an absolute stunner on the counter to level the match 7 minutes into the second half. Shaqiri's initial attempt from the right edge of the box was blocked and the rebound fell to the Arsenal midfielder outside the penalty area. His follow-up was a laser, curling through the defense and past the wrong-footed Stojkovic. The chaos continued, with Serbia swinging back into the initiative. Mitrovic had a penalty shout turned down after being bear-hugged and wrestled to the ground by a pair of defenders, and minutes later Aleksandar Kolarov delivered a luscious cross into the box but nobody was there to tap it home. Serbia began to tire as the game inched towards the final minutes, and Switzerland had most of the late pressure. One moment of brilliance caught the Serbians sleeping, and it proved the difference. Mario Gavranovic fed Shaqiri on the break from his own half, and free on goal the Stoke City winger made no mistake as the last ticks of regulation came off. The win for Switzerland moves them to 4 points through the first 2 matches, leaving them level atop Group E with Brazil on points but in second thanks to an inferior goal differential. Serbia, meanwhile, sits third with 3 points. Switzerland would advance to the knockout stage with a win or draw in their final match against Costa Rica, while the winner of Brazil vs. Serbia will advance as well, with Brazil advancing in the event of a draw. Follow at _bonfire. England management is unhappy with the media after a coach was snapped with the proposed lineup for Saturday's match against Panama. Assistant manager Steve Holland was photographed holding a team sheet that appeared to show a pair of changes in the England attack, with Ruben Loftus-Cheek replacing Raheem Sterling and Marcus Rashford partnering with Harry Kane up front. While Southgate attempted to play down the leak, stating the piece of paper was just a squad list, and the next sheet has different players in different positions, he was also clearly frustrated with the media's decision to run the photos. More latest 2018 World Cup news. Obviously, any time, if we were to give the opposition the opportunity of having our team, it's a disadvantage to us, Southgate said in his pre-match press conference. So of course our media has to decide whether they want to help the team or not. The team sheet showed no changes to the defense, with the team playing a 3 centre-back system as Kyle Walker continues his role along that back line. Kieran Trippier stays in at wing-back opposite Ashley Young, with Jordan Henderson sitting in the midfield between them. Jesse Lingard retains his place in the attack centrally with help from the addition of Loftus-Cheek, and the pair of strikers ahead of them. Walker was also asked about the leak, and he said Holland apologized to the team even if they felt it was unnecessary. He's apologized to us all in training, which we had a bit of banter with him about, and that was it. I think if you guys try to keep it to yourself and don't bring it out to the world, Walker added, because it's not going to help us come the later stages of the tournament. Please God we get there. All the rest of the world's seeing our team now, if that is the team or if not. As I say, you guys have to do your little bit, so if you could just please help us with that, it would be polite. Follow at _bonfire. Brazilian national team starter and Liverpool transfer target Alisson looks increasingly likely to only see Anfield as a visitor. Italian outlet Corriere dello Sport says Real Madrid is going to tempt Roma with an $82 million bid that could rise with add-ons. More, Lozano to Barcelona, and Real would also offer a near $6 million annual salary to the Brazilian backstop. It's coincidence that this news comes on the day that both Alisson and current Real Madrid goalkeeper Keylor Navas were at opposite ends of the pitch. Alisson had little to do, while Costa Rican backstop Navas was outstanding until Philippe Coutinho and Neymar scored during stoppage time. Meanwhile, TalkSport says the Reds are in on a different Serie A goalkeeper, Lazio's Albanian backstop Tomas Strakosha. The 23-year-old played all 38 league games for the Roman club this season. Follow at Nicolas Mendola.